On set, no one was unfamiliar with the chemistry between Heughan and Caitriona Balfe. They had created emotional love scenes together, but that day, what happened was beyond the script. In a normal scene, just one look, the two of them made the surrounding atmosphere thicken. The director had just signaled to cut when, surprisingly, Sam did not leave his role. He wrapped his arms around Caitriona, holding her tightly for a moment that lasted longer than anyone expected. Caitriona did not avoid. She laughed, leaning her head on Sam's shoulder, as if forgetting the dozens of eyes watching. The camera had not yet turned off, the lights were still on, but everyone in the crew stood still. "This was not in the script," a crew member whispered. But instead of being awkward, the whole studio echoed with admiring gasps. Sam whispered something into Caitriona's ear, enough to make her laugh and gently push him away, but their eyes still held each other, unable to separate. That moment was recorded, spreading quickly on social networks. Thousands of comments exploded. "They are not just co-stars, it is something more. This intimate moment gives me goosebumps, more beautiful than in the movies." Fans around the world were in an uproar, sharing the video, recreating each frame, searching for every little detail in their eyes, in their smiles. No one knew for sure whether it was just a fleeting moment of emotion, or a secret hidden after so many years of working together. But one thing was clear: Sam Caitriona made the whole world hold their breath, admiring and constantly questioning the true relationship behind it. On set, the camera lights were still bright, but all attention was no longer on the scene. Instead, all was focused on Heughan and Caitriona Balfe. Their intimate moment off script had made the atmosphere stand still. Caitriona leaned her head on Sam's shoulder, her smile so gentle that everyone watching was silent. Sam whispered something, causing Caitriona to blush slightly, then burst out laughing. That laughter spread like a wave, making the whole set feel like they were witnessing something not belonging to the movie anymore, but belonging to their own hearts. Just a few hours later, a leaked video from behind the scenes appeared on social media. The title of the first post was simple but immediately caused a storm. Sam Caitriona, when the screen is no longer the screen. Within 24 hours, the video had millions of views. Fan forums exploded. Fans replayed it over and over again, analyzing every touch, every look, every smile. Are they really in love? This is no longer an act, this is real. If they are really together, this is the most beautiful love story in Hollywood. But at the same time, the press got involved. The tabloids immediately launched a series of shocking headlines. Off-screen love, Heughan and Caitriona Balfe reveal sweet moment. Co-star or lover? The truth behind Sam's gaze towards Caitriona. Paparazzi swarmed around the set. Sam and Caitriona's every move was monitored. One morning, when Caitriona left the hotel, dozens of cameras flashed continuously. The question rang out. Caitriona, is Sam your special someone? Was that moment real or just for movie PR? Caitriona just smiled, bowed her head slightly, avoiding answering. But that smile made the public even more curious. Sam was usually reserved, but one night, he was spotted in Edinburgh with Caitriona. Not a red carpet, not a big event. Just a small cafe on the side of the street, warm yellow lights, where the two sat opposite each other, sharing a cake. A blurry photo taken from afar quickly appeared online. What shocked everyone was not the fact that they went for coffee together, but the moment when Sam gently placed his hand on the back of Caitriona's hand. Not acting, not a forced situation. It was a natural, loving gesture. A series of comments exploded. If this is not love, then what is it? Their eyes for each other cannot be faked. Meanwhile, opponents also appeared, claiming that they were doing a PR trick to attract attention for the new movie. But the moments were too natural, too genuine, making that hypothesis increasingly difficult to stand. The two began to feel the weight of public opinion. The filming schedule became more intense as a series of reporters waited outside the studio gate. Whenever Sam and Caitriona appeared, flashbulbs would flash and screams would be heard. During a break, Caitriona sat pensively by the window of the dressing room. Sam walked in and gently placed his hand on her shoulder. "Are you okay?" Caitriona smiled faintly. "Are you okay? I'm not sure anymore. The whole world seems to be staring at us. I'm afraid that, one day, we won't be ourselves anymore." Sam was silent for a moment, then whispered, "We've been through so much together. I don't want public opinion to cause us to lose this special thing." At that moment, their eyes met. There was no more noise, no more flashbulbs. There are only two people, two hearts, admitting a truth that they have long tried to hide: that love cannot stop at the screen. The night of the new movie premiere, the red carpet was ablaze with flashbulbs. Fans cheered when Sam and Caitriona appeared together. At first, they kept a safe distance, just smiling and waving. But when a reporter shouted, "Sam, do you have anything to say about that viral behind-the-scenes moment?" Sam paused. He looked at Caitriona. In that moment, the world held its breath. Then suddenly, Sam took her hand. Not a casual hold, but a firm, affirmative hold. Caitriona was a little startled, but then smiled, a radiant smile that made the entire audience explode with cheers. Flashbulbs flashed violently, social media immediately burned, with millions of shares. The action needed no explanation. The world understood. They had chosen not to hide it anymore. From that day on, all the rumors, all the doubts, all the gossips became a storm that swept over them. But instead of avoiding it, Sam and Caitriona faced it calmly. In a short interview, when asked, "What made you two brave enough to hold hands in front of millions of eyes?" Caitriona just looked at Sam, then softly replied, "There are moments that don't need a script. We just do what our hearts tell us to do." Sam smiled, her eyes sparkling. And sometimes, the most genuine things are the most shocking. Audiences around the world applauded endlessly, admiring not only the romance but also the courage. Will their love survive the storm of public opinion, or will it be crushed by the flashy lights of Hollywood? No one knows for sure. But one thing is clear: that unexpected intimate moment has been engraved in the hearts of millions of fans, becoming a symbol of sweetness, boldness and charm. The story of Sam and Caitriona is no longer just a movie, but has become a real-life legend, where small intimate gestures can make the whole world admire and explode. While Sam and Caitriona's love fever had not yet cooled down, an unexpected detail made everything even more chaotic. An anonymous reporter released information. The behind-the-scenes video that caused a storm was not accidentally leaked, but was arranged by someone in the film crew. This news was like a bombshell. Fans began to suspect who intentionally filmed and released that video. What was the real purpose? To destroy their reputation, or to push them into the media vortex? Sam and Caitriona received an anonymous email with the cold content. "The moment between the two of you is just the beginning. The truth will shock the world even more." The two looked at each other, realizing that behind the flashing lights and cheers, there was a certain force watching their every move. At the next press conference, Sam stood next to Caitriona, her smile still bright, but her eyes had a hint of hardness. He held her hand tightly, as if making a promise: no matter who was behind, they would face it together. The audience cheered, but no one knew that behind the stage, a mysterious figure was quietly watching. And the story of the shocking intimate moment had only just begun.